Yep. I'll make a note. And so, yes, I have a backgammon master who we may be looking. He sounds great. And yes, and for other upcoming programs to look forward to, Miss Nancy is starting Fun with Lego tomorrow. We had what was described to me as 30 pounds of Legos that were donated to us. We have so many Legos here now, so we're going to do some big free play.
I never got
a community member whose name escapes me, but I will. One person. It was his family's 25 years of Legos. He was happy to give to a good cause. So
wow.
People sign up for it in advance, or can they just
yes, as of today, I think we have 7 signed up, which is great, and I think we're going to try to really push that as
I love Legos so much.
Yeah,
I'm excited too.
Yeah, I think that'll be a fun one that hopefully if we have all the attendees actually come, we will try to promote some of our other programs as well. And those are my updates. Do we have any questions?
I noticed the book talk with Christy Blake. She's a teacher. She was a teacher, right, at Arizona. And I can't remember who was here, but we were trying to. The person was asking me, like, how do you? Oh, Jenna. I guess we were talking about how do you like spread the word, because there's, I mean, she's not teaching college language. She's retired,
but she was the environmentalist. It's her. Do you know if her book is about environmental topics?
It is. It's kind of presented as a narrative, but it's ultimately kind of a nonfiction story.
Is that one where people have to register, or can they just?
Yes, that's a registration.
And how's the registration going for that?
I will need to check that, but I know we do have a few already.
Okay.
Who had contacted us.
Okay.
So
because I imagine that if it were advertised at the school with the teachers, that we'd probably get a lot of people.
Okay, where is that? I don't see that on the.
It's that's on January 22.
It's at the end.
Under upcoming programs.
Okay.
That'll be.
Okay, because I know Beth knows her.
She did the straw initiative, the no straws in Piermont.
Okay.
With the students. Yeah, it was with kids. The kids went door to door.
Usha, you wanted to say something?
Yes, please. Going back to Alex's comment that his goal is to increase teen participation. I just wanted to just comment on it. I think that's a very noble goal. And I think it's a difficult one with all the things that compete with teens' attention. But Alex, not to put you on spot, but perhaps at the next meeting, could you just give us, an overview of how you plan to accomplish that goal?
Sure. Yeah, I'm starting to put a plan together for it because I have a background as a teen librarian, and it's something I emphasized a lot when I was starting, coming into this role. But I think it's been so quiet for a little while that I'm looking at it as kind of with a fresh perspective, and it's going to involve some. There's a vision of creating a bit of like a teen nook and all that, which I think I can have a more formalized
thank you
vision to present for you. Yeah, probably by next month or so. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Any questions? Great. Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to Vicki and the treasurer's report.
So right now in our operating account, we have about $50,000, and we didn't spend anything in capital improvement, so that remains at around $10,000. So our total in checking is around $62,000, just about. In our LPL account, our investment account, we have a total of around $575,000, which is very healthy. Since inception, we've gained almost 53,000 in returns, and just in the past year, 20,000.
Yay.
Which is wonderful, a lot better than zero. So our total right now is 637,000, pretty much. Our December revenue was 7,222, which most of it is attributed to Gift of Art. And right now, that number in Gift of Art is the gross number, because December what came in, but the checks weren't written till after. So at the bottom, you'll see the net number at 2,829. So that'll when come January, that'll offset.
Now, the annual appeal was not in December? That was,
Well, it was, but I think I have to talk to Alex and Susan, because I think the December collections went into fundraising.
oh, okay. Well, it is a fun.
Because I don't,
kind of
yeah,
like a
so we did
fundraising.
create an annual appeal line
Yeah.
item, but I
Yeah.
think she didn't realize, or maybe she forgot, or I don't know.
Yeah.
How it.
Yeah, so it would have been normally, would
So
that
it's
kind of
part of
line item
that.
would have been added to the December revenue?
So I
or
feel like the December, I don't know,
like-
off the top of my head, I think most of that fundraising in December would have come from the annual appeal, right?
Yeah, we got a lot, in December.
Yeah, so once we get to January, we'll
Remember.
have a better idea of
Right.
what that total, but as of now, the total is 5,991. That's at the bottom of the treasurer's report.
Good job
It's
with
just
the
not
annual
on the,
appeal.
yeah, it's just not listed in the December
Do we know how that
P&L.
compared
From
to
last year, I was just
Yeah.
gonna ask the same question.
Channel.
Yeah, I'll go over it.
Okay.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
all right, awesome.
So our revenue was about 20,000 more than last year, which was great. And we continue to be at almost 100% of our goal already. Our December expenses were a little higher than normal. I think that was mostly from salary, and there's a quarterly charge, I think in December too, for insurance. That's a little
Yes.
bit higher than
Yeah.
normal, so that's why that's a little bit higher. But our expenses were about the same. And we're about 50% of our budgeted expenses, which is expected, so.
Looks good.
I think that's.
It was less than last year's expenses.
Just a little.
Yeah.
And then the claim sheet. Take a peruse.
What was the insurance one that you had just mentioned?
I think it's,
It's the health insurance.
night shift. Yeah, I was like.
Well, do you have another claim sheet copy?
Yeah, I
maybe?
think-
Yeah.
Oh,
I looked
sorry,
at it online, but I.
there's that one's bigger.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But what you said it was Nisha?
Yeah.
Nice ship, the health insurance.
Where is that?
It's on like the third page.
Oh, I think I only got one page, that's fine.
It's down at the bottom. Towards the bottom.
That's 3,000.
51002.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so 3,090. Got it.
It's
Okay.
good.
Don't see anything
Yep.
weird.
So,
I don't see Alex's, your paycheck.
I saw it,
It's right here at the bottom. Oh, I don't know which one you're looking at.
It's got.
This one. Okay.
Right? No, that's social security taxes. It says, maybe it got cut off up there.
is that at the bottom?
Oh.
Let me see.
No, I only have half and half. I don't have the middle
It's
one.
not just the tax.
Yeah.
So far.
It's not on there.
Oh, if there's a line, I think it's a thin print. It's that blank line right
Yeah,
in between
okay.
Robert and
See like right there.
Yeah, I think-
That's you.
it just
Yeah.
somehow didn't.
Did you not? Let me see what's on there.
Let's see it right here.
Yeah,
Oh, I,
it should be right in between.
So it should
Robert
be
and-
5212?
On there? So-
It's not printed on mine, but
It
mine
should be
is the
the
same
first
info that
one.
was.
first professional
Okay.
salary.
Right.
Yeah, so I just pulled up a digital one, and it is on
Just
there.
the.
Okay.
So
Just
however
like
printed and.
Just-
Thank you for
So just give me the number and I'll write it in, so I have it on my phone.
$7,916.67.
Okay. Just for the record.
Hmm.
Did you get all that, Ed?
Not exactly.
There was a problem with the QuickBook printing.
No.
There was a line missing, but
16,000 for
that's the
retirement
other,
system, or it's up to the.
that's the other big expense. It's the
At the
retirement.
end of the year.
It's a big. And that's for 3 employees?
That would be the full time, right? Alex,
It's Alex.
Jonah.
It's,
think it's
that's
just
me
Alex
and
And
Nancy.
Nancy.
Oh, okay. Oh, Nancy.
Yeah.
You, John.
Just me and Nancy.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that might be it instead of, oh,
Yeah.
right, she opted out.
Yes.
Oh, did she? Oh, that's right. She's taking it right. I got it. And Nancy's been in the system for a long time.
Yeah.
Thanks for.
Yeah, and so that's the annual
Right.
bill for that, which is why it's
Right.
It's a bigger amount,
large,
yeah.
very large, yes.
Yeah. Everything looks good to me. Except for the things that we just discussed. Yeah.
Annual.
Oh, and the treasurer's document in the shared drive is now all updated. I went in and updated it. So I was thinking maybe Alex, you and I, because I don't think we ever sat down and kind of talked about that.
Yeah.
So we both kind of are on the same page on it. So
Yeah.
we'll,
Let's do that. Yeah, well, we
We'll
can
one
look
off
at the annual appeal. We'll
Yeah.
just double check all that, make sure it's all in
okay.
the right places. So
Sure.
great.
All right, what do you think, Ed?
Hold on,
Tina?
hand up.
Yeah, I just have a question on, let me find it, land and site maintenance, Ironwood Design, 4,136.
That's the second payment here.
For what?
That's the second for the year.
Landscaping, so
Second payment for the year for the,
Oh,
That's for Alan, for
Mary Ellen.
Mary Ellen.
Mary Ellen.
oh, Mary Ellen, okay, because I know, Meredith, but I didn't recognize Ironwood, okay,
Yeah.
That's Mary Ellen, yeah.
okay.
So
And
thank
they
you.
did a lot. Yeah, they do.
Oh, yeah, they do the mulching and the pruning and the weeding and,
And her time is more expensive.
no, of course.
Okay,
Any other questions or comments on the claim sheet? We can
Nope.
hear a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the claim sheet.
Second?
I'll second. Oh, Shauna can second. I'll second it.
Okay. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
I,
Opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. Let's move on to the discussion items. And I don't know if you all will remember, this first item is the annual report, something required by the state. Last year we scrambled and got that done, and we was really Shauna and Vicky scrambled and got that
Yeah.
done. That was, I think, in fairly heroic manner. So I think we would expect, I mean, literally it's the responsibility of the director, which we didn't have at that time last year. We discovered as we did that last year, some very interesting things that had gone on or not gone on under our old director. But I think the work that was done last year, and Shauna, you can speak to this, should make this year easier. You had to do a lot of things from scratch, and I think we're set up. But that, and I'm not sure, when is that due? It's early.
So the situation right now is that the software that
Right.
you have used was through Baker and Taylor, and they are Baker and Taylor has shuttered, and we
Right.
there is not a system in place yet for submitting it. We're getting word from RCLS on when that will be, and we don't have a date on that yet. But we've been encouraged to begin the process with whatever data we already have available, and they will be providing us other data as it comes up. And I downloaded the past decade or so of annual reports that had been in that system for us to reference as well. But as of now, I'm awaiting more information from RCLS on when that can all be completed.
So it sounds like it'll be a little later this year.
It'll be a little later this year. Yeah.
Did you have a template or something like that to work off of, or is it?
Yeah, it's like a whole program.
Right.
It's just plug in. Like you
Oh,
just
yeah, you
ask
just fill in,
questions
oh, it's
and
okay,
you
so
have-
Yeah.
basically.
And I have, like I said, I have them downloaded
Previous.
from the previous years, and I have last year's printed out.
Okay,
So,
okay, so you have a start.
like
You have
I'm
a
gonna
head
be
start.
essentially start filling that in to be prepared
Ready.
for what we already have
Good.
to get in there. So that process will be, I'll be starting that
Okay.
Sean is the expert.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Tina?
I just have a question. Alex, when did they tell you that the software was old and they were getting replacement software? Just
That
curious.
software was old. The company that owned it went out of business.
Back in November or so.
Okay.
Actually, I got the RCLS like team report from them today, and that was the most recent update. Was that they are still awaiting
Okay.
the whatever vendor they're gonna work with now for that software.
Really, I just assumed that software was created by the state. It was New
That
York
would
State software or something.
It
Everything
was
is shut down. Nobody does any work anymore.
Yeah, it was through Baker and Taylor. Yeah, so
Wow.
that-
Wow.
I think there was a scramble to find that solution, and I think there should be one soon.
Yeah, I think the main message to the board is that we are in a much better situation this year than we were a year ago, and we did get it done a year ago. So
Yeah.
again, thanks to Vicky and Shauna. So
Yeah,
okay,
RCLS library must be.
yeah, and
Okay.
it's going to be at the top of my radar for once we have
Okay.
on that to jump.
If I
right in.
remember
So-
correctly, there's money based upon us finishing it, right? There's some kind of.
I mean, well, part of the report is it has to be approved by the board.
Right.
That goes into the report.
well, it has to be approved. I don't think there's any money involved directly, but when this gets submitted, the
You know,
board
I
needs to
hadn't-
approve what we're submitting.
They said that there was some sort of funding based upon if you sent in your report or not. Do you remember that, Tina?
They may be holding.
No,
Nope.
No.
I don't know about
Yeah.
that. Do you? Does anybody else?
I don't
recognize
remember that.
That does not. I don't remember that at all.
Maybe I'm making it up.
I
But
imagine.
the thing is, we need to do it. It's a requirement, and it's
Yeah,
and it's a good one. I actually kind of thought as I first looked at it that this is kind of why do we need to do this? But it's a lot of useful data. And comparative data across libraries and by sizes and so forth. So it's a good thing. And I think we're definitely better shape now to deliver it. And I say that being that now we have Alex, who's
Now that
responsible
Alex
for
is
delivering it. So, okay. Alex, you want to update us on the grant application with M&T?
Yeah, so we had applied for the 2025 grant and subsequently learned that the money for it had been exhausted well in advance of us submitting it by that due date. So I'm going to get a jump on it early this year because I want to get a library of things and like exploration backpacks here. So I'm planning to essentially submit almost a clone of what I did for last year, and I'm going to ask for the maximum that I can ask for from that. So that will be over the next month or so that I will be looking to get that in.
Do they give them out, is it like a rolling thing or is there a certain date?
Yes, so they accept the applications up until October 30th. But
I
they
think we
accept
got
them
ours in like
October 30th.
September last year.
Yes,
something like that.
But they
Yeah.
run out of money.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that was all, yeah.
And they make the decisions along the way, or for
As far as I understand it, they make it along with that. Yes, yeah.
It goes out.
I think Sarah got the impression that, while they don't say it, if you don't get it in early, you're not likely to get funded.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
right, the sense we got was that money was already exhausted by like June or July of
Yeah,
that year, so it was,
there are a lot of hands out.
Yeah.
Interest.
so we'll have that in early. Any questions on that?
Do we know how much money we're talking about?
Not much.
Not a lot.
The maximum, I believe, for us that we can ask for was like $1,500.
Okay, all right, that's good.
Yeah, and I think in previous years we had gotten around 500. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm
Okay,
trying to get a little more, but
So it's not nothing, but
right.
Especially if we can get it every year.
Every penny counts.
Right.
That's me. Especially since
okay, as I think you all know, we need to revise every 5 years. You're supposed to revise your strategic plan, and so we need to get going on that. And when I was on that committee 5 years ago, and it was strictly done by the board, and I think that's not the right approach. I think this should be should involve staff. I think Alex should chair that committee, and it's his primary responsibility because it's a major, it's a big chance to really think through and lay out both what the possibilities are for us going forward and to come to some conclusions about what we want to go after and what we don't, and set priorities and so forth. So I think it's a really good opportunity to get a lot of good thinking and planning done. We can have as many as 4, but no, as with all committees, the most board members we can have would be 4. What I'm proposing to do with this is to have Alex chair it, and we can add staff people. That doesn't affect our quorum idea. So the committee can be bigger than 4, but on the other hand, it needs to be for this kind of work, and especially when at the end of the process you're drafting a document. Usually you can't draft with 10 people around the table. And so I think I actually have 2 thoughts about this. One is to definitely get a committee with as many, but doesn't have to have 4 board members, but definitely a mix of board and staff. And then the other thing I would like to do with this is meet with every board member separately and spend whatever, a half hour or something, talking, getting each of your thoughts just one-on-one as we start into it, and then maybe similar kinds of things while we're in the process. And I don't have a calendar in mind yet. I'm not even sure, at what point do we have to submit it, and who do we submit it to? That all seems pretty loose. But in any case, I think it's a very good thing for us to do, and that we should make it a joint process with both staff and the board.
I took the seminar about staff strategic development from RCLS, and it was very good because it showed, it was basically exactly what you're saying. Staff input is important, and maybe if they don't want to come to meetings after work, you could meet with them and then give us their ideas and stuff as we go along, so that they don't feel like they have to, come to different meetings. But the staff input is really important. Ours is staff.
Yeah. Well, and we had none of that last time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Correct.
So that we need to change. So if any of you are interested in serving on this committee, which at some point is going to involve some real work, shoot me an email, and we'll. And again, I think while the most board members on the committee would be 4, I want to be sure that we meet with each board member and get your thoughts on this early on. Okay.
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 I would say, and I would jump in and volunteer if Usha would come on with me. So we got two volunteers.
Up there.
Think about it.
Well,
I'm
think about
honored.
it. Shoot me an email.
Okay, I will.
Um,
I will.
Thanks,
okay.
Len.
Parking lot, Alex. This is a revisit to a thing that was discussed a year ago with Otto's, the owner of Otto's,
This is
and
on
has,
farmer's market.
and
Well-
Alex has had a conversation with him recently.
Yeah, so it's both actually. So the farmers market does want to utilize our space on Sundays again, which I'm going to be working out with Joe over the next week or so. I've been in touch with him, and then David from Otto's has been in touch with me because he is looking to revisit a licensing agreement to use to have our spaces available for valet parking.
After we're closed, or
So yes, on Fridays and Saturdays. He has proposed for Sundays as well, from 12 to 9. So there's a 4-hour overlap
Yeah.
there with what the farmers market is looking for. So that's something I'm going to go back to about. Right. And he has also proposed Wednesdays and Thursdays from 5 o'clock onward. We are open until 8 o'clock on those nights. But our lot also is not
Yeah.
utilized at that point. And you know, the language still would need to be further developed, but in the version he had been working on with Mitch last year, there was language in there that if we have special events or programs,
Right.
that our
Get
need
priority.
would supersede.
What about the staff? I mean, if where do they normally park? This would just be for the square lot.
Yeah.
That's our little
Yes.
lot, not those parking spaces here or in front.
No, those
Right.
are.
There are
Right.
10 spaces, of which staff at most are 2 or 4.
Yeah.
So there's always empty spots.
But they weren't ever offering very much. What did they come up with?
So right, the total would be 1,500.
Or what?
Which is 100 a month on off season, January through May, September through December, and 200 a month in season, June, July,
for the year.
August.
Wait,
Yes.
so that's for the farmer's market or for the autos?
That's for
That's
autos.
autos.
Yeah.
And what
So
are they
autos
paying
is gonna
us?
pay the same as the farmer's market, right?
For more days.
No, less for more days, but with likely with less actual use
So if they can,
with
because they have their own lot too.
Yeah.
Just for
Yeah, well,
spillover.
their lot is small though. I mean,
It's
you
not
know,
bad, like with the valet, they use every single
Yeah,
space.
yeah.
But I know that this is probably revisited, because when we were last there, I heard the mayor first had somebody counting. Or like
They're always counting. parking
kind of
spots.
looking like how many, where they parking and all that stuff, where they hadn't done that before.
They
Just
have,
never did that.
we've done it every year with the traffic committee.
With
yeah.
that,
Lucia, you had a
or-
comment or question?
Yes, good.
They were
Yeah.
they were like
counted all the parking spots
harsher this year.
So,
I think Usha has a
okay, so I guess the question is more on a legal basis. We being a public entity, we have these parking spots, and if we offer it to private entities like others, by the way, I should tell you all, David Calif is a personal friend of mine and a huge supporter of Share Africa, the organization I preside over. So that's my full disclosure. But anyway, where I was going with is we should have a process of transparency that this parking spots are available to other entities who want to. And just because we had a relationship with him last year, we don't necessarily just continue that. So I'm just alerting that we do need an open process. because one thing is chairing the zoning board of appeals is parking spots are, I think, extremely valuable to all these restaurants, 13 of them, I believe, at my last counting. So let's just make sure that legally we are in a very good, open, transparent, and everybody has an opportunity to, whether they want to pursue it or not.
I would say that also we should increase the price if we're really going to do this, because every patron that goes in there, parks their car, gives them $200 for the night. For $100 for a month for everybody coming in, it seems a little bit low to me. That's just my opinion. If we're gonna block up our spots, I think we should be charging. I mean, farmers market's only here one day a month, and
Yeah, it
this
shouldn't be
guy,
the same
this
for farmers.
yeah, this seems like it should be more. So we should talk about that a
One
little
day a
bit.
week. Not a one.
One day a week, right? So
Yeah,
it's
so
4
4
days
days.
instead of 30 days or whatever the days, or whatever, how many, I don't know how many days he's talking about every day,
But
basically.
well, it's not like it's several days.
5 days.
5 days a
Yeah.
week.
5 days a
So,
week?
you know,
That's not a lot of money for 5 days.
It's not. I mean, it's
Yeah.
20 days a month compared to 4 days a month. Doesn't seem,
Yeah, we'll have to
And
just work
how
out the
much does
numbers.
the
a little.
farmer's
yeah, I mean, I
I
think
think they're
that,
$100 a day, aren't they?
yeah, so it's $100, it's $400 for the month. And, he's gonna give us $1,500 for the whole year.
If Joe hears that, he'll kick surf it.
Yeah, that seems a little unfair to Joe as well, in some respects.
Well, that could be part of the negotiation.
Yeah, so I don't know, when we are planning on making the deal, do we know,
I mean, he would like to proceed with it as
Immediately.
soon as possible.
can we email back and forth, Ed, and just try to figure this out quickly, or do we have to vote on anything?
We don't have to do anything tonight, and we're not ready to do anything, but we want, in order to get the board's sense of it. I think there are actually larger issues in addition to what Usha just raised. An awful lot of time that all those spaces marked library parking only are not used at all.
Right.
And when we have staff parking on a sign, how many staff do we have at any one time in the office or in the library driving a car? Two people, 3 people at the most?
At most, we would have 3.
Yeah. So I given, and then I think we need to put it in the context of what the parking needs are. So if you want to do anything on Piermont Avenue in our 1-block town, during the day you can find parking there usually. But once it gets to be evening time and restaurant time, the odds of parking in that block go down to about 0. So okay, where does it spill over to? Now, Otto's has valet parking right on his property, and probably for weeknights, that's adequate. He doesn't need extra. As far as I know, and I don't know, the bank, I don't think the bank has a contract with anybody to use that in their off hours, but people clearly just park there.
But
So, and there is parking across from the bank. There are 4 or 5, between there and the firehouse. And there's a little bit of parking coming down High Street and so forth. Then but the problem is then on weekends it's a different story, and especially in good weather it's a different story. And then you got parking lot B, and you got the newly discovered parking lot by the tennis courts back there, and so forth. So I think we need to have it in that context, but I am offended personally by seeing library-only signs when other people need that parking and we're not using it. And so I think the main claim we need to make on that parking lot is for events. And even then, when we had like on our Gift of Art event, there's no way that our lot accommodates all the people who come. But and also when people come to the library, do they expect to park back there? I don't know. But again, my observation is that those spots sit empty most of the time, and then so I want us to rethink that signage back there. We need to be able to claim that for parking for events at any time we need it. And even then, if it's a big event, it's not that's not enough. But okay, we could, start with that. So, and Alex, you might explain, I think David, part of this is less about his needing this space as his needing to show the village that he has an arrangement, that he has the arrangement. Can you say a little more about that?
Outside.
Yeah, he had described it as it's to fulfill the obligation to the village on how many seats he can have.
Again, the only thing
he did not anticipate he would be using it often in practice.
Right.
However,
when
we signed it, he could. So
So if I can add to that,
yes.
So the planning regulations says that the restaurants, depending their seating capacity, have to have certain ratio of parking spots. If they don't have it, they have to quote, and I find this amazing as a lawyer, they quote buy fictional parking spots from the village. Okay. So that does nothing in terms of actual parking spots,
Right.
but they have to pay the village
Pay
for
money.
this. Yeah. So basically, at the end of the day, it comes down to economic impact. If you don't have spots, you have to pay the village for it. So
In that, like, the market who doesn't have a lot pays the village.
Yes, every restaurant does.
That's if
Certain
they
amount.
have seats, so that would mean like the sushi place and all the restaurants. Because I think Otto's and Trotter are the only ones that have parking, right?
No, all the restaurants.
what is the other one? The one with the marina. Cornetas.
Oh, Fernandez, yeah.
Largest piece of land, by the way.
Yes.
Just, in any way, I just want to, not to repeat myself, but let's make it an open, transparent process so everybody has an opportunity. And there are 13 restaurants, so probably 10 of them are interested in all this. That they have and the other thing, I just want to echo what Ned said. I see those empty spots all the time. And considering we are a community organization, we should be more generous with sharing that, especially if we are not using them.
My concern is that we won't ever get them back if we give them up. And everybody who lives in Piermont knows that when the lot is full and the library is closed, that you can come to the farmer's market and park there. But
people park there all the time.
Piermont don't know that.
People park there all the time. On Sundays, they park there. They park there at night. I see on a Friday night when it's parking a lot. They walk. I've done it. I parked there and walked to wherever we were going. Because I'm too lazy to walk down the hill, walk back up again at night after.
Yeah, people are smart. They figure it out. There's all these library spots and libraries closed. So
Right.
My only point is we should just think about the money part of it, because it does seem like it's 20 times a month as opposed to 4 times a month with Joe. So it should be a little bit higher, in my opinion. That's my opinion.
Can I ask a clarifying question? So is that are those spots on our property, or do we pay for them?
No, on our property.
And technically, 1/4 of the parking spots on that side.
Technically part of that.
Altogether, how many spots do we have?
It's 10 spots or whatever that are ours.
We can't kill a quarter.
Yeah.
No.
And these out here belong to still everything else.
Are any people parking there overnight? I mean, like there are some spots in the village where it says no parking, no overnight parking.
Sometimes I've seen them parked overnight, and as a matter of fact, we've had cars that were flooded that were parked there overnight that weren't supposed to be there. They never got their car.
But my impression is that people aren't parking there, and the big lot next to us isn't full overnight, though it has a lot of cars in it generally.
Yeah.
No, not
usually full overnight, but it does.
Well, the problem is this is part of a larger problem with parking in Piermont.
Yeah.
we can't solve, but uh, I think
Parking
it's
it.
important that we shouldn't ignore the fact that we do own these spots, but I think we need to be good citizens about it.
Ed, what are you suggesting? What would be your recommendation then?
Well, my suggestion would have been, before Usha said what she said, that this isn't enough money to matter to either David or to us. It's not big money in any way. But if what you're saying, Usha, is we should let, instead of just doing a deal with David, we should let Daoud and everybody else know that they could make a deal. Does anybody else offer valet parking?
Right, that's the question.
I don't think Daoud does valet parking.
Nobody.
No.
No.
The
Okay,
reason
so
most people don't have
They
valet parking other than autos and Cornettas and the Latrada, who actually
yeah,
possess parking spots of their own,
Right.
yeah,
is
yeah,
they're not parking spots to park them.
right.
But and it might just be a, kind of pro forma notice that we are doing this,
Yeah.
and let them. And the other thing, I don't know, Ned, do you know who Paul Cardin is? Paul Cardin, when I was involved in the comprehensive plan for Piermont, he headed a committee called either traffic committee or
That's
that
Well, there was
included
a
parking
traffic committee.
spots.
Yeah.
Paulkadin.
That might be a good person to touch base with to get an understanding of what the issues are in terms of parking spots. And I do agree with Kelly. We never want to give up because then you'll never get it back
Okay.
when times change.
Um,
But there are other ways of sharing that spots.
It occurred to me, by the way, that when Otto's was the real the gas station,
Right.
Sidewalk did.
Dawood had it.
Yeah,
Yes.
he had divvies on spaces there. If you were going to
Right.
Sidewalk and there wasn't an
Oh,
Otto's
right,
restaurant
that's
there,
right.
you could park there
Yeah, I
to go to
remember.
Sidewalk. He was the only
Yeah.
one who did that. Only Turning Point or the others ever had that. Freelance doesn't have any
I appreciate
segregation about parking.
opening up to other restaurants too, because there's a lot of animosity toward autos for their parking.
Well, it's not their fault.
No, but
We spent a lot of money to have
Yeah.
that
The
spot.
building.
Yeah.
but it might be helpful to I don't.
It worries me too at the same time, just because you're opening a huge
Can of
can of
Yeah,
worms.
yeah.
Yeah, like this is the other thing too, is it, what about if someone slips and falls, or the valet slips and falls and it's on our lot, or do we?
Well, that's part of the contract.
Are we
that
liable? Oh,
we're
no,
not liable.
the contract says we're not
Well,
liable.
we would have to make.
We have to have a certificate of insurance from them.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, we'll have to take it.
Well, let me ask the board this. Considering all the things that have just been mentioned, should we just say to Otto's, we don't want to make that available? We'll make it available to anybody can park there.
Maybe I think that's the way to go, because
I mean, we could treat it like Lot A or whatever, like more spots, but
yeah,
it's.
Well, then he can't use it for his bid
He
for
just can't, he could then still put cars there.
it's a general lot.
Anybody can put cars there, but we don't have a deal with him for that.
right. The point is, I think that
I
when
don't
the
think
outdoor
it's-
seating goes on in spring, he needs extra spaces because he's going to have more people at the restaurant. His capacity is higher. And by law, you have to have for every three people, you have to have, I think it's for every 3 people, you have to have a spot, which is kind of weird because.
Or pay money, either one.
Or pay money.
In effect, this village is sort of punting this to Lot B and saying that we're going to charge you this money because that supports Lot B. I mean, that's the only answer, and it's not a very good answer for most people. But I've literally driven around on Saturdays and Sundays in the summer trying to find a place to park the car. Now I can walk down, so it doesn't.
I was gonna say walk.
Yeah. But most people are driving, not walking into.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, Alex, I think we need to think this through more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a little more complicated than.
Been under
than-
discussion, I think, and, you know, we'll come
But
back.
I suppose it raises a question about the farmer's market. I think the farmer's market does us some good in the sense
Yes.
that
There's a community
people
aspect.
know it's right next to the library, and
Yes.
so I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing to have the farmer's market. That's a kind of different proposition than autos with a permanent location.
Mm.
Right,
Right.
right.
All right. Well, we will continue to
Okay.
look this through and revisit it.
We discussed it thoroughly.
First-
I learned a
first
lot.
discussion.
That's important.
Yeah.
But also, I think one thing we should do right away is liability and see about that, because that is important,
Even
even
for
with
the
the farmers.
Well, any contract we sign would have something about liability.
Hold us
Yeah,
blameless.
and like the contract we have had with this farmers market, it does spell
It
out
does spell that
for
out.
liability.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. concerned
Yeah,
about.
and you know, we could have something similar.
Yeah, it would have
for
to be
this,
for sure.
Yeah. But I agree. Once we commit with one restaurant, regardless, then we've opened the door that's something
Right.
we are
Right.
I don't think
doing. So it does raise a larger question of
Did
it.
we ever commit previously? I know we talked about it, but we don't
No,
think we
we
ever
never did.
formally.
The bank has, he's been using.
Okay.
No, he was interested around this time last year, and there was a draft of an
I remember
agreement
talking
with
about it,
Mitch,
yeah.
but then
And then we never heard back from him after the last conversation or something like that. It just kind of.
Well, he ended up selling the
Yeah.
building, so, you know, there was a whole break in the building is sold, he's got a lease for 15 years for the restaurant.
Oh, that's stable moving forward? Okay.
Yeah, but the building is sold, got his money now.
Okay, let's move on to committee reports. Shauna?
Okay, policy committee, we met with Alex last week. We worked on revising the policy on the use of the library for non-library sponsored events. It's pretty much finished. It's a lot different than it was before. But what we decided to do was to also include an application for any organizations or individuals who are interested in using the library. The application is really to request the use of it. And Usha, along with Alex, are working on creating that application.
Yes, working on it.
we will. It would be.
So we
We'll
have-
touch base soon on it. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. We need to talk, yeah, Alex.
So we're hoping to have a draft for a first reading at the next board meeting. We also kind of touched base on the personnel manual and agreed that I would be the person to continue revising it and really just making it a lot more concise. So that's in the works. And then the last thing was we talked about the performance reviews of our staff and how we want to update those from what we have been doing in the past. And Tina are researching that. So that's what's going on.
Thank you, ladies.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Sounds good.
Fundraising?
All right,
Who's gonna-
fundraising, I'm gonna fill in for Sarah. And I'm gonna start off by talking about the gift of art. So as you noticed on the financial report, the gift of art this year, we brought in netted $2,829. And last year it netted $5,436.
That was the net, not the gross. Huh.
No, that wasn't the net. We netted around the same amount. The gross
Okay.
was 5,000 something.
So
Yeah,
then
that's
we
actually
don't
not-
have it written right on our report, because I refer
Okay.
it to our notes on.
I can pull it up. Yeah, it was not.
That would be.
It was-
I
it
like,
was
that
roughly-
That would be a huge
No,
drop.
no,
Yes.
no,
Yeah.
it was around the same amount.
My brain doesn't recall those kind of numbers. Sarah's the one who's better.
We talked about it last week and last time, and the numbers were similar. But
Mhm.
when I looked it up,
That's the gross amount. Let's see. Okay. So the gross last year was 4,487, and we netted 2,404.
So we made a little more.
Yeah, I had 2,361 on the treasurer's report, but I think that was like.
So 2,400 and this year was 2,000.
What are you
Seven?
in right now?
This was my own tracking that I created, but I also
I was
put
on
it
the-
on.
Look on the one that is for,
What was the training for last year, 2,400?
20.
2361 is what I have on the treasurer's report, but her number's tiny, but it's around the same. And then that was like 44.
That's better. So things are relatively stable to
Yeah,
what they were. But
a little bit more.
up is always good, but relatively.
And we have one more $100 sale that
Oh,
is
really?
gonna be coming that should be paid for this week,
Oh.
so. And
So that was
Awesome.
just-
Is that
And actually,
100%
this
delivery? or-
100%.
Oh, that's right. Is it one of these?
No, we have it out there because we're having it nice and ready for it to be picked up.
So we
Paid
can,
for, so.
I'll update that on the January report then with like an asterisk.
Mhm.
annual appeal.
Sure.
Okay, so last year it was 2,404 and this year it's 2,829.
You don't have,
So
it's
400
not
more.
written.
I
For end of year. It's, we didn't update it.
Well, the money aside, the best thing about it is a really terrific event for us.
It was
Right.
an
It
event
was a Great feeling and
and community
really well
wide.
done.
This is a great event.
for
And the
last year.
donations from the businesses are fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sarah's done a great job with those.
which by the way, doesn't include autos, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it does not.
No, but we should hit them up. Send Sarah over there.
It's.
Well, I assume they have been hit up and they don't come forward, so, but,
They did, but I think 1 year I thought they did.
Yeah, they
yeah,
did.
I don't know.
The two were
Anyway,
They
back.
did, yeah, they did something.
Yeah, the year,
The wife put something
year we
together.
did before.
Daoud is terrific on that.
He shows up every.
Yeah,
Any rate, for this year, between the gift of art and the annual appeal, we raised $8,820.
That's great.
Great.
That's a nice way to end the year.
Yeah, the difference in attendance, there were 250 in attendance this year.
Wait, did you not? I'm sorry, 8,820 was what we netted from.
She put them both together, the
annual
gift of
appeal
art
and
and
gift
the
of art.
annual.
Okay, got it.
250 in attendance this year, 264 last year.
So it's about.
Wow.
I think this year we might have under,
Yes.
I think
it was
because,
again.
yeah. Last year, Dylan
Only
was
focused
like
on
only
that.
checking.
Yeah.
And then I think this year he was really involved with doing
Like
the
selling
selling,
with the-
so, yeah,
going
I
out
think,
the
So not everybody got counted.
yeah, I'm sure there were a lot.
Wow.
So we are meeting as a committee on Saturday at Sarah's house. And let's bring that up. We'll add that to our notes. We're gonna take another look at how things went.
Great.
And if anybody has any new ideas or you want help to debrief, like you have an idea, you could write to Sarah in an email and we'll talk about it at Saturday's meeting. We're also gonna discuss the spring crafts fair. And we welcome any ideas or opinions related to that as well. And finally, I didn't mention it to you, Alex, but like the 250th anniversary of our
Mm.
Yeah.
and our independence. And I was wondering if there are plans for how the library might be involved and should our committee have something to do with that?
There are some plans in the works, so maybe I can meet with the committee
That would be great.
soon, and we can start getting some deals soon.
And
well, we should coordinate with other group my
Yeah.
understanding, by the way, is that the fire department is off on an island by themselves with big plans for what they're going to do. And we should see
Parade.
if we should be coordinating with anybody else to do something. You know, what should we do? What are others? I don't think we should be a lone ranger on that.
There probably is gonna be a parade, so.
There
maybe
will be a
We
parade.
should participate in the parade with our banner and everything else.
Yeah.
Before I forget, and I don't need to be at the meeting, hanging system additional for the park.
Yep, I know. That was I get it. And also space to store things would be helpful
Yeah.
if we knew where it was here, because we could order now. and not be in a rush.
Yeah.
Yes, no, I did talk with Alexis about
Okay.
being
Additional.
more, yeah, so she gave me some numbers, so. But I could touch base with you on that as well before I place those, just
Or
to double check. and
As
make
long as
sure,
somebody's
but,
placing
you
it,
know,
because we've
yeah.
had the same conversation last year and we
Can
kind
I
of covered it.
come down maybe tomorrow and talk to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. So I don't need to go
Yeah,
anymore.
I was looking at those this afternoon, so we can get that going, yeah.
But by the way, on the Gift of Art Sunday, I had the same experience this year that I had last year when we were setting up. I remember both last year and this year saying, "God, that's way too much food. There's no way this would, that's
It
not way too
went.
much food." They
not.
didn't know. Okay, building and grounds.
All right, so the only thing we have is going back around to the Dropbox.
Yes.
We talked about maybe an alternative of actually modifying the front and putting it in so it goes into the closet. So maybe you could look at that this week and see if there's room enough to make room for that. I can come down and maybe on Thursday,
Okay,
which is
yeah,
tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm off in half a day tomorrow. So
No, Thursday's today.
Thursday's today.
No.
It's Thursday. What do you
Oh,
mean?
Where are you? He's tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm in tomorrow.
How is it tomorrow?
That's fine
Yeah.
here. Warm.
Anyway, so we'll talk more about it because I know the boxes are expensive, right? We didn't really did you find out any info about boxes that are available?
I mean, yeah, they're all in the few $1,000 range, but it's something we need. So yeah, it's really just a matter of us deciding how we want to do it.
So
I
I
think
have
that
some
would be
suggestions.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think I sent you the pictures, but when I was at the Palisades Library, I saw they have as one of their drop boxes, they actually use an old mailbox.
Yeah.
An old mailbox.
And then built into the wall, this is the
Yeah, hole.
inside, yeah. They have the
Right,
receptacle.
right.
Receptacle
That's what we're
cover.
thinking about for
Yeah,
here.
the door, and that's what it looks like on the outside.
Right.
So I can send you those.
Yeah, send me those pictures
Because
and
it's really helpful to see
simple
what
way,
yeah.
right? And then I mean, to save $3,000 or $4,000 makes sense because it wouldn't cost that much to put it into the building, and then it's dry and not, and you can get to it every day, and and we could maybe make a separate slot for the CDs or whatever, so that they end up not in the same
That's the-
box as
Yeah.
Or the
next to it or whatever.
CDs are Delta.
Yeah, they'll break if the books fall on them. So
I think RCLS has vendors that they recommend.
I can reach out and ask. Yeah.
and they can go on eBay and look for an old mailbox.
Yeah. I like
Yeah, I like that too. That would be cool.
We could paint it yellow.
Yeah.
Still there?
No, I think
Did they
that's,
take it?
I think someone took that one, yeah. Yeah, but that's a good idea, so we'll have to, they have some good ideas over there, Palisade.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do.
I like that library a lot.
Yeah.
So that's all I have. It seems like Meredith is doing a good job with the snow removal. Have you
Yeah.
had any problems?
No, it's been.
All right, good.
Yeah.
So that's it for our committee today.
Okay. We have no old business. Under new business, we need a motion to approve the officers for the board. Shauna, can you write that motion just to say that be it resolved, or so move that the define and name us in it and so forth be approved? So would somebody make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, second.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion?
No.
I appreciate what you did this year. I feel like
Yeah.
a fair way to present the information so that if somebody was interested in running.
Well, let me elaborate. Thank you, but let me elaborate that a little bit. I do think this is good to, given where we were last year and what we to stay with the same executive team, but we shouldn't expect that it would be the same the following year, and so you guys should be thinking about whether you want to serve in any of these positions and so forth, because likely next year we need to have a somewhat different slate. Okay. All those in favor?
I'm just wondering, if he's an officer, should she make the motion? Or should it be made by someone
can make
who's
it.
not?
I'll make it.
I don't think it matters. So somebody else make it. That's fine. All right. So approved. The
Okay.
I-
Hey. I assume you all have a picture in your heads that, or you can walk out and look at the two red overstuffed bears that have looked pretty sad for a while, but now one of them has a hole in the arm.
Yes,
And
I
so
know.
I just thought
Big hole.
they're really embarrassing. I mean, we should be ashamed to have those in our library. At least I am. I hate that. And so I thought we should approve Alex to go out and replace those chairs now. So
Right away.
I'm ready.
Something similar, and it was the staff member whose name I always forget at the front desk. He knows where we bought them from. It was one of the used places across in which place. You know, when I
Okay.
pull it back, I'll find the same.
But doesn't
So,
Bought it from last time.
so again, somebody make a motion that we authorize Alex to
I
replace
motion
those
to
two
authorize-
chairs.
To buy new chairs.
I'll second
Yeah.
it.
The,
Are we putting a price tag on it? Is that why we're voting, or?
I don't think the idea is to get it done. He's not going to spend $50,000 on new
No.
chairs, I think, but you know, something comparable
Yeah,
that will look nice.
Isn't it 1,500 that you can
I
spend?
thought it was
I thought it was
2,000.
like,
No,
I
I
thought it
think
was
it's like
1,000.
2,000 or
We should probably-
somewhere in the
I would
policy.
like to know.
say up to 10,000.
No.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, I'm not saying what
No,
it was.
for today.
Do we want to say?
Like-
for the chairs?
Oh, we mean for the chairs. I would say up to 3,000.
Okay,
I mean,
for both?
For both,
both?
1,500 each. You spend more than, you think it'd be a lot more than that?
Tariffs. I don't know. I have no idea.
No, we buy something that's already here, already in the States. We're not paying a tariff.
No
Thank you.
transportation cost.
I
Right.
think
Put it in
for
a truck.
something like
Very
that,
good.
given that we should start like improving the library with the funds that we have. I
Yeah,
think
we should
that-
spend
I
out.
don't think we need to like skimp on that.
No, I think we should spend out.
So what do
We
you-
want it to last, we want people to.
So let's not buy used then. Let's buy something new.
No, but those were also like the most
But
used
let's-
chairs. in
Yeah.
the whole library.
Absolutely.
Well, way more.
You're overcomplicating this.
I think
Let's trust Alex to have decent
Yeah.
judgment about this.
Alex,
If you think he really overspent, I offer to
Yeah.
donate an amount of money to make up the difference between what you think he should have spent. and what
No.
he spent. Let's just get this done. These things are ugly and an embarrassment.
Okay.
So,
Wherever
Money
you are,
bags. Yeah.
that doesn't really count because you're a day ahead of us. So you could offer that, but then say, oh, it didn't really happen.
so. Do you want to vote, or are we good?
We're good.
well, we do. I do think we should have a motion. So if we, Shauna, you can word the motion and so forth.
I made
All
the
those in favor?
motion.
All those in favor?
Specific
Aye.
amount.
Say aye. Aye.
Now,
Anybody opposed or
Gonna
abstaining?
put an amount limit.
Yeah, because I need to put, well, I can figure out the wording, but if we're gonna give him a specific amount, then I need to know that. as well.
I don't think we need an amount.
Okay.
You know, I'm serious about it. Let's just get it done, use good judgment, and if you're upset about the price, I'll pay the difference. I'm serious. Let's get it done.
All right, all in favor?
Yeah.
And
Aye.
make a motion. I seconded it.
Everybody says.
Okay.
Come on, Alex, you gotta
The
figure.
clock says 8:16.
Oh,
I hear a motion to adjourn.
All right, very
Yes,
good.
we have.
Somebody make a motion to adjourn.
A motion.
Tina is motioning to adjourn. Do I hear a second?
One thing to add, it's very, very small. I got an email from RCLS that there's a movie about libraries.
I'm going.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you attend, you get 2 hours credit. So I'm going, Anne's going.
Ally found it.
You may want to look at the library, look at that email. It was a
Yeah,
separate.
I just saw that. Yeah, it looked good.
Hey,
Valley College Library, what day?
there were
There's
different
different
days.
days in town.
Oh, okay,
It was a Saturday and an
Saturday.
evening.
Yeah,
okay,
Saturday 24th, I think, 1 to 3.
okay, all right. Get it
Okay.
done on that
This has got to
education.
be one of, done January. This is gonna be one of the quickest meetings. Let's end it.
Good meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Tina did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tina made the motion.
Tina made the motion. I don't know, somebody seconded. Okay.
17.
All those in favor? Aye. Goodbye, good night, good morning.
Good night. Good morning.
Okay, thanks, everybody.
meeting.
All right. See everybody.
Okay.
Bye.
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
The gavel slams down. I'm thinking, you know what, I have to say, since
Like the record,
ahead.
Alex, backing on